On this episode of GoodEnough Motorsport, I finally resurrected 4AG. So finally, after almost a year, I finally have it back. So I retrieved it from the machine shop as an assembled short block. My father and I put on the oil pan, the oil pump. I put on this alternator bracket, the MRP mechanical belt tensioner, and the rear main seal here. So moving on today, if I want to put on anything additional, like front cover, water pump, the head needs to go on. Plain and simple, if I want to move forward, I need to slap the head on, which I will proceed with doing. And before the head goes on, is the magnificent TRD head gasket, not 0.8mm, that bumps up compression by about half a point. So it goes up from a 10.5 to 1 to an 11 to 1 compression.
Damn!
And the pistons are oversized by half a mil, which I believe is 20,000ths of an inch. I'm not very good with imperial measurements. That's more of my father's department. But I have, you can't see, but I have ARP main bolts, rod bolts, and what you can see is the ARP head stud kit. I'm really not gonna push much power. It's a slight bore up. It goes from 1587 cc's to 1606 cc's. That's a lot of number, I know. But it's gonna be good. My point being, all the ARP hardware is a bit of... it's a lot of overkill, but I wanted peace of mind, and I figured while I'm there, which is the very costly phrase, while I'm there I might as well. So, yep, head gasket, engine head, and we'll go on from there. Truth. TRD head gasket. I've waited to slap it on for quite some time. Of course, being a Toyota product, it fits on, well, like a Toyota product, as it damn well should. But the ARP head stud kit comes with, naturally not washers, but the intake cam needs to come out because the washers need to go into the head before I put it on, otherwise it is nearly impossible to get me. Hey, it's starting to look like an engine, imagine that. Well, now that the washers are in, we shall move on to the nuts. That is one installed cylinder head. Then we have to unleash the shmoo. Quote, better fiction in motorsport.
Release the shmoo.
Ooh. Ah, it's peppermint flavored. Fuck yeah! Now, the cam gears need to be tightened to 43 foot-pounds. However, the intake cam gear, I'm given to understand, has gone bad. So, I have another one. But a friend of mine who also has a 20 valve blacktop told me that it's not loud, but he could hear the typical VVT rattle, indicating that it's gone bad. Another way of knowing is to unhook the VVT solenoid, and if a power loss is not felt between 2 and 4,000 RPM, that's an indication that it's gone bad. This box contains the brushes. Probably shouldn't be unpacking it on top of the engine. And it is coated in oil. Again, it probably sits for months, years on end, on shelves and whatnot, so better safe than sorry. This is quite a costly part. This is the best deal I could find, and it is a new item, and it is genuine. Like there's no jobber parts for this. But this is a brand new, genuine Toyota intake cam gear, and it cost me $500 Canadian shipped. Make of it what you will, but if your intake cam gear has gone wrong on a silver top or a black top, and they are different, by the way. Yeah, the only fix is buy another one. Off comes the faulty VT cam gear. Give it a little tappy tap. There you go. I barely touched it. Ah, crap. I'll need to undo that. I just realized. No camera seals. Put this back on. There we go. So it's been a few hours, and you may notice that I added a few things, such as the water pump, there, alternator, obviously, the Manon Racing Products idler pulley or alternator pulley. Aside from that, I use the N2 stabilizer over here. This little pulley here, which interferes with this backing plate. I'm gonna have to do something about it. The N2 belt stabilizer pretty much prevents the belt from flopping around at high revs. Again, peace of mind thing, but better safe than sorry. And it is also adjustable. There are other points that this pulley could be lower, if need be. So I don't know exactly how that works, how I'm gonna make that work, but there's adjustability, which is nice. But allow me to share some of the goodies that I've purchased for this engine. Among said goodies is a Russ Performance engine damper. I thought that this would be lighter than the stock item, but it is not. However, it is a single row pulley, and MRP was kind enough to also bolt on a trigger wheel.
In the business, we call this foreshadowing.
And it's quite a nice piece, quite expensive as well. We will just boot up here. Not a bad look, if I do say so myself, even though I'll never see it, but I will feel it. Anyone familiar with this pattern of nuts and bolts will recognize without me showing you that this is a Fidanza flywheel. And it is 8 pounds, which is quite light. This should make rather good revs. While I did run an oil cooler with a sandwich plate, I have gone for the vibrant thermostatic sandwich plate. Cool. Also, for those not familiar with this is not an OEM 480-20 valve oil pan. This is from a 78FE, and it's almost bolt-on. You have to grind a lot of shit to make it fit, but it does fit. It's higher capacity. I don't know how the exhaust manifold, or rather the downpipe, will fit here. Hopefully it's not a problem, or not too much of a problem. Hopefully it saves my ass in giving me more capacity and I don't blow it up. So in the meantime, that's about it. I will continue on slowly but surely to put this together. It's now 9 o'clock at night and progress has been done. And the good news is the oil pan downpipe does clear. Barely. I'm gonna put some golden tape on the pan here so that the downpipe doesn't warm it up or more than necessary. Outside of that, new belt should be a given. The N2 belt stabilizer has been installed. Obviously it's a bit of interference fit. This has been ground more than I would like, but fuck it, it fits. Outside of that, again, Russ damper, the MRP pulley. Yep, that's what we're standing right now. Well, here's to a job well done so far, and hopefully everything goes well tomorrow, and we'll have the flywheel, clutch, pressure plate, and gearbox on there. Hopefully.
You just jinxed yourself!
So day 3 of putting this baby back together, it's really not that lengthy of a process, but I decided to take my sweet ass time with it. So today, for the time being, I'll be throwing on the intake manifolds so that everything fits well, and when my dad gets here, we'll tackle the clutch and slapping on the transmission. Hopefully that works well. It should, but this is by no means a lightweight engine. It is a cast iron block after all, so it's gonna work out. So, quick update on the situation so far. I think those are gonna have to stay there while I put the engine in, because those brackets right here might be a bit hard to see, but yeah, especially this bracket bolts up to this throttle body and also to this hook here. So yeah, that's a wee bit fucky. And once in, trying to go from the top down into the engine bay to tighten those bolts. No. Fuck all that. I'd rather not. Well, as you can glimpse from the time lapse, it was a bit of a process, but now the gearbox is bolted on to the block. So after that, it's just loading it up into the car. Yeah, I think this might be unwise. So yeah, that will require some assistance. Try I shall be receiving in the coming days. So look forward to that. And that's going to be on the next episode of Good Enough Motorsport.